Good afternoon, everyone. I am live, it seems like. So today it is just me. So please do let me know if there are any problems with seeing or hearing me. So while I wait for some people to join us, then I will introduce myself. My name is Emily. I am originally from the UK, from the middle of England, specifically a city called Wolverhampton, which I do not expect anybody to know. There is a football team, but not really anything else. And now I live in Milan. I work in our Meravigli school in the center of the city. So I think there are some viewers here now. So please do say hello. Please tell me your name and where you come from. So please do say hello. And maybe say, how was your Easter as well? Your holiday? Did you have a good one? I know it was very nice weather, but even if we cannot spend a lot of time outside at the moment, you can always enjoy the sun from a balcony, from a window, which is still always very nice. Okay. So we are talking about shopping today. Maybe tell me, do you like shopping? And what kind of shopping do you do? So more specifically, we are going to talk about choosing what to buy. This, that, these, and those. So some words that we use to maybe gesture towards things. Something is very far away or very near to you. And what to say in a shop. Okay, so we have Clelia. Welcome to Clelia. Good morning. And Clelia is from Naples and she lives in Naples. Okay, you sound very happy, Clelia. Did you enjoy the holiday yesterday? Okay, and you like shopping. Okay, very enthusiastic. We like that. And hi to Pamela as well. I live in Rome. Okay, and you go to and you are near the center. Okay, it's lovely to see you both. That's great. So some more questions for you. So Clelia, you answered the first question already. So we have, do you like going shopping? How often do you go shopping? What is your favorite shop? And where is your favorite shop? Okay, so maybe we will imagine that it is normal times for this activity, because of course we maybe don't go shopping so often at the moment. It is not possible. So imagine it is a normal period. Okay, so I like looking at shops sometimes. I don't always like shopping, but if I feel good, sometimes then I enjoy going shopping. Okay, and how often? So this one is asking about frequency. So how many times in a week or in a month, in a year do you go shopping? I think for me, it depends on what I need. Oh, okay. So Pamela, you don't see me. It's all black. Okay. Can you hear me though? Can you hear me? And can you see the screen? Because that is the most useful part. You know, I am not very important, but we need the screen, of course. Okay. So the question we're talking about is how often do you go shopping? Which I will write in case you cannot see the screen. So maybe I go at the moment, maybe once every 2 weeks to the shops, because I do not like going to the shops at the moment. But normally maybe once a week for food shopping. And maybe I look in clothes shops every month, not very often, when I need something often. Okay. So please do let me know if you can see or hear me. I know there may be problems, which I apologize for that. And also do answer the questions as well. Okay. So the next question is, what is your favorite shop? Okay. So I just want to mention on this screen, if you can see it, we have the British spelling of favorite. So in British English, we often have a U that is not there in American spellings. Okay, so you can see there is a very small difference there. Okay. My favorite shop is probably a bookshop. I always like to look in bookshops for something that is very cheap, that is not very much money, and is maybe a surprise, something I did not expect to see there. So I think it's very often you find something special, something unusual in bookshops. Okay, but I don't have a specific shop really that I go to a lot. No, I often change the shops that I go to, because I know some people really like certain brands, certain companies. You know, if you like H&M, maybe something like that. But I don't really myself. But please do let me know. Okay. And as I said, because I don't have a specific favorite shop, and number 4 is maybe not so useful for me. So that is, where is your favorite shop? So there is no specific place for me, but you know, maybe some people it is on a specific street, or it is in a certain area. I think, Pamela, maybe there is something in the center of Rome that you visit very often. Okay. So I think sometimes there is a problem with the camera, so I might actually remove the camera, maybe. So I would like to wait for any answers to these questions. So Clelia, Pamela, if you are still with me, please do write an answer to me about any of these questions. So how often do you go shopping? Okay, so Clelia is in the center of Naples, or Naples center. Okay, and what is that shop, Clelia? Is it a clothes shop? What do you buy? Okay, yeah, it sounds very convenient, very easy to access, easy to find. Okay, yeah, thank you for your comment there. That's great. Maybe just another comment while I wait for you. So the word favorite, I said it changes in British, American English. So also we often don't say the in the middle. We often just say favorite. So two different sounds. So sometimes favorite, sometimes favorite. And this happens a lot in English. We often remove the middle sound because it becomes easier to say if we do that. Okay. Okay, so clearly I buy a lot of clothes. Wow, okay. So this lots of emphasis there. Okay. So this is a good activity for you then, Clelia. Okay. I think the next activity, if you can see that, is also good for you. So now we are going to match the words, match the clothes words to the pictures. Okay, so please, I think I have 4 people watching now, so please do write some comments for me, say what you think the answers are. So we have t-shirt, top, trainers, trousers, jeans, shoes, boots, shirt, and skirt. So the last 2 rhyme, they sound very similar. Okay, oh, Pamela, thank you. A nice comment there. So it depends. In Rome, there are many streets with nice shops. Usually my favorite is near the center, in Via Libya. Okay, the name of the street there. That's great. Just remember, Pamela, to make things plural. Okay, so we want many streets with nice shops. Okay, just to say there is more than one. That's a really great answer. Do you also like clothes shops, or do you prefer to buy different things? Okay, so I'll just write for you. Okay, that's great. So again, I will give you another minute to think about the answers to this. So please give me the letter, so A, B, C, and what you think the word is for that picture. Okay. And some of these, we have some answers. Okay, so Clelia, thank you. We have A, trainers. That's absolutely right. So trainers is the British word for kind of sports shoes, shoes that you wear when you do activities. And the American word, you also could hear sneakers sometimes. So that's exactly the same. Okay, and Pamela, you are welcome, and well corrected. Good job. Okay, so some of you might know the British words more often. Some of you might know the American. So both are fine. Clelia, you are on fire. Thank you. So B, we have. We have shoes. That's right. So shoes are the most general word for things that you wear on your feet when you go outside. And trainers, for example, is one type of shoes. Okay, brilliant. C, and yes, again, Clelia, you say top, and top is absolutely right. Yeah, it's something you wear on the upper part of your body. Again, a very general word, top. That's great. And boots, yeah, really good. So boots, again, a type of shoes. Maybe you wear those in the winter more often. E, so clearly be careful with your spelling there. Maybe that's a typing error, but trousers, absolutely. Trousers are right. Again, trousers are more British. Okay, and in the US, they probably say pants. Pants is more American, but be careful using that word in the UK. Okay, because it's not the same. Okay, great. Welcome to Emanuela. Okay, you're in Genoa. Okay, in this situation, this is a really good point here. In this situation, I can't go shopping, but normally my favorite shopping is to buy comics and clothes. Okay, very nice. Yeah, comics are very special to buy, I think. It's always nice to go shopping and come back with something special, like a comic. Yeah, really nice, Emanuela. Thank you. Okay, I think Clelia has finished everything. So we have G, yes, is, I think, well, maybe Clelia missed out F, but that's fine. So F, we have jeans. Jeans, so that's about the material that you use for certain trousers. So they are a type of trousers using the material denim. Sometimes you have a denim jacket as well. And that is the material used to make jeans. Okay. I think jeans are very useful because you can wear them a lot without washing them. I think you don't need to wash denim very much because it's very very hard. It takes a lot. Okay, G, yes, we have a skirt. That's perfect. And H, yeah, Clelia has that one as well, is a t-shirt. So again, more specific than a top because it's a certain style. It looks more specific. And again, I is a shirt. So once again, a shirt more specific than top. So you can always use the word top, but the final two are more specific. Maybe a shirt has a collar, like it's not obvious, but I'm wearing a shirt. And it's slightly more formal, whereas a t-shirt is very, very informal. Maybe you wear it more often in the summer. I think everybody loves t-shirts. They're very, very neutral, very easy. Okay. So thank you for your comments there, everyone, especially Clelia. You had, I think, all of the answers there. You are on fire. Okay. Okay, so I think before I go on here, I will just ask you, what colors can you think of? Because we often use colors to talk about the clothes that we wear or the clothes that we like in general. So please just tell me as many colors as you can. Okay, so colors again is another of these words where it's different in US, UK spelling. Color, this is the British spelling because I am British myself. But if you remove the U, that is the US spelling. And again, you can use whatever you prefer, whatever you feel more comfortable using. just like any of these differences. Okay. While I wait for some responses, another comment or two. So trousers, jeans, we always use the plural there. Yeah, we never say trouser. It's always trousers because you wear them with two legs. So we always use the plural. To make it singular, you can just say a pair of trousers, a pair of jeans, a pair of shoes. Okay, so that's what you might say if you want to make sure it is singular. Like I am wearing a pair of glasses as well today to help me see. Okay, so Clelia, again, you are on fire. Thank you. So we have white, brown, purple, blue, red, orange, and pink. Right. I think you have most of the ones that exist there, Clelia. So here we go. I think you said most of these. So we have brown, blue, yellow. I don't think you said yellow. Red, again, green, orange, pink, black, purple, grey, and white. Okay, so these are, I think, most of the colors that are possible to use. What color is this skirt? Okay, so here's an example. Maybe tell me if you like it or not. What do you think about this skirt? Okay, so clearly a pair of trousers is brown. Yeah, quite often maybe. Yeah, maybe if it's more formal. Maybe the previous slide, the pair of trousers was brown. That's great. Yeah. I quite like jackets that are brown. I think that color goes well on jackets. Okay. Yeah, clearly the skirt is blue. I think you could also use purple, maybe. Maybe this kind of slightly different color. But yeah, it looks quite blue. What about this skirt now? Maybe tell me which one you prefer as well. In general, I don't like skirts. I never wear skirts. But I think the purple one is quite nice. I don't think I would wear it myself, but it looks very nice. Okay. So just before we move on then, just please tell me what color is that skirt? So we have a difference here between this and that. So this skirt is one maybe that is very close to me. Maybe it is in my hands. I am holding or wearing it. But that skirt maybe is very far away. It is on the other side of the room. There is some distance there. Okay, I can't see it very well. Okay, it's something that is over there. It is not where I am. It is somewhere different. So that is the main difference between this and that. So this is here with me. That is somewhere different. Okay, and clearly a perfect. That skirt is black. Absolutely. So black, a very common color for clothes, especially maybe more formal clothes. Yeah, okay. Please continue to answer questions because it really helps. So that's great. So now we have, I mentioned a plural before. So here is an example of the plural. So we have trainers. So what color are these trainers? So these trainers, ones that I have, they are with me, they are here. And what color are they? For me, this is not a very good color for trainers because they become dirty very easily if you do exercise, if you are active or do sports. Maybe a darker color is better for trainers, personally. Okay, so while you think about that, here are some more trainers, but this time they are not with me. They are somewhere else, somewhere far away. So what color are those trainers? We have these with the E and those with the O, and it's somewhere else, somewhere different. Okay. Emanuela, perfect. And Clelia as well. These trainers are white. They are, absolutely. And maybe you agree with me that white is not a good color for trainers when you are very active. Now, what about those trainers? The ones that are maybe I can see very at the back of the shop, very far away from me. What color are those? I know they're kind of more than one color, aren't they? But what is the main color? Okay, so clearly it says those trainers are red. Yes, red, maybe even pink. Yeah, I think either of those. Sometimes there is more than one color because people see things slightly differently. Yeah. And Clelia, Emanuela, which trainers do you prefer? Do you want these trainers or those trainers? I think for me, I don't really like either of them, but I think these trainers are more me. But like I said, they are they are not great for exercising. They look bad very quickly, I think. Okay, so please keep your comments coming. Please do say which one you prefer, but I will change the slide now. So now we have some different shops. Although, there are not big differences really in these shops. Okay, so some more questions for you. So what do you want to buy? So you can use I want to buy a or an. So remember, a is for most sounds, an if there is a vowel at the beginning. So if there's an a, e, I, o, u, any kind of vowel sound, then we always need an, just because it's very easy to say. Okay, Emanuela agrees with me that those trainers are pink. Yeah, I think I also would say pink, but pink, red, they can be very similar. Okay, so I'm not sure what I want to buy from these shops. So there are lots of dresses. Maybe I want to buy a pair of trousers. I want to buy trousers. So I think maybe shop B is the best for that, because that shop sells trousers. Okay, so this links into question 2. We have what does this shop sell and what does that shop sell? So this shop, maybe I am by the door, I am in the street, I am very close, or I am in the shop. Yeah, it is I am here. But that, maybe someone is talking about a shop, maybe I'm very far away and I want to know more about it before I visit. the shop. There is more distance there. Okay. But with pictures, you can use both really. Okay, so tell me, what about shop C? What does that shop sell? Okay, and you can always use the third person there. So that shop sells. Okay, so some more comments. So Emanuela, you agree with me. You prefer black trainers. I can't stand pink or white trainers. Yeah, I completely agree with you. I also prefer black trainers. Okay. Yeah. Okay, and clearly I want to buy a t-shirt. Okay, great. Yeah, t-shirts are always good things to buy. You can never have too many t-shirts. You always need more, I think. That's a great comment there. So, Clelia, for your t-shirt, which shop do you want to go to? Which shop do you think has a t-shirt? Is it A, B, C, or D? Okay, so Clelia, so this shop is a boutique. So a boutique is a type of shop. Okay, so sell is like what are the objects that you can buy somewhere, but you are talking about the type. So this shop is a boutique, or this shop sells boutique clothes. Okay, so it depends what you mean by the boutique there, but that's a really nice word. Um, okay, so this shop is a boutique. Okay, and Emanuela, I want to buy a lot of socks. Yeah, socks are like t-shirts. You always need more of them. You know, I always lose socks. I think I buy a lot of socks, but I don't know where they are at all times. So I agree with that. Just remember a lot of. There, we always need the preposition. But I that's a really great point. So B, Clelia says this shop is a market. Yeah, it looks like a market to me as well. That's great. What about C? What does C sell? Or D also, what does that shop sell? Is that sometimes it's easy to say what type of shop it is. Sometimes maybe it's not so obvious. So you just need to say what it sells, what the objects or what the clothes are. But you can tell me either of those things. And okay, so I'm trying to think what I think for number 3. Which shop do you want to go to? I think maybe B. I quite like market stalls or markets. You can find a lot of unusual things there. Um, it depends on whether you need to wear the clothes before you buy them. Because if you need to try on the clothes, if you need to wear them, okay. And if you need to test the size, then maybe a market is not the best. Um, but otherwise, quite good. And I quite like the colours maybe for D. But Emanuela, Clelia, or Pamela, if you are still here, which shop do you want to go to from the pictures? Or maybe none of them. Maybe you prefer a different type of shop. So I will give you a moment to think about that. So I know there is a delay sometimes in the answers. Okay, so which shop do you prefer? Okay, so clearly, again, maybe it is a boutique again. Yeah, it's not so easy to say. You could also just say it is a high street shop. A high street shop is maybe a recognizable company. When everybody knows the company, and it is a very it is like a franchise. There is a shop that is in every city. So H&M is an example of that. Um, or oh, there are many examples. Foot Locker, something that you always know will be in a city, because in the UK we have a high streets, which are like the most important streets in the country, in every city. Okay, so I think C might be a high street shop, might be a recognizable something that is maybe a bit expensive but not ridiculous. But it could maybe be more expensive as well. I must say I'm not an expert on clothes at all, so I am flying a bit blind. Okay, so I think there is a delay with the way people are watching, so I will move on now. But please do continue to give me your answers, even if the slide is different. Okay. So here is an example conversation in a shop. Okay, so some common questions are, what do you want to buy? We talked about that a little before. And do you prefer these or those? So often when you need to choose one thing from a selection, that often happens in shoe shops, because maybe you try lots of different types of shoes and you only buy one or maybe two. It depends on how much money you want to spend, how many shoes you need. But often when you want to make a choice, these or those. So I will pretend to be two different people at this point and read this conversation. So we have, welcome to the shoe shop. Can I help you? Yes, I'd like to buy a pair of boots. Do you prefer these brown boots or those black boots? I prefer these brown boots. Anything else? I like these red trainers too, please. Okay, here they are. Thank you. Okay. So I apologize for the repetitive sound of my voice, but we do have a customer and a salesperson here, both speaking. So I think most of this language is quite clear. Maybe I will just mention here they are. So here they are, or here it is. This is often a phrase we use when we give something to someone. Okay. Or here you are sometimes as well. We have different variations on the same conversation, the same sentence. There's always when you give something to someone. Okay. So this is maybe the kind of conversation you have in a shop with a shop assistant. So often I'd like to buy is a bit more polite than saying I want. You can say I want, but you know, it's a bit more formal. I would like or I'd like. So I'd like is the contraction of I would like. Okay, and also I prefer, we talked about when you choose something from a selection. Okay. So it's some good language there. Okay, so just for the last 10 minutes or so, we're coming to the end now, so we can choose which to talk about. So I know nothing about cars at all, so I think I'm going to go for flower market. Let's talk about flower market. So another general couple of questions for you. So what can you buy at a flower market? And why do you buy flowers? I know some people who never buy flowers, and other people very much enjoy buying flowers, maybe for a certain occasion. But please tell me, why do you buy flowers? We also have some examples of flowers or plants in this slide. Okay, so while I give you a moment to match the words to the pictures, I'll just read through them. So we have sunflower, rose, plant, tree, cactus, and orchid. So plant, just like flower, is kind of a very general word, as I think you will know. You know, it's like a category or a word that you can use when you are not sure what something is very specifically. Okay, so at a flower market, of course, you can buy plants and flowers, really, even though it's called a flower market. Maybe you can also buy seeds, the objects that you need to grow the flowers, or anything related to gardening. I know back in the UK, now that there is a lockdown in the UK, then a lot of people are doing more gardening because a lot of people have the time and they want to be outside, so they spend time in their gardens and they plant some flowers or some seeds so that things will grow, which sounds very nice. Of course, it's often not so possible here in Italy. Fewer people have gardens. Okay, I'm not sure if anyone is still with me, but if you are, please do continue to comment. So why do you buy flowers? So I'd say I buy flowers maybe for an event. A friend of mine did a theatre play a few years ago, and I bought him flowers at the end of that. I don't often buy flowers, but you know, for a birthday, maybe something like that. Something when someone really deserves it, when it's a nice occasion or an event. So just to finish, we are very close to the end. So let's look at these pictures again. So I think we have a comment as well from Emanuela. Thank you. I can buy a plant for mother's birthday, okay, because she loves flowers. That's lovely. Yeah, I think maybe your mother or a close family member, it's very common to buy flowers for those people. That's lovely. Thank you. Okay, so A, we have a rose. Okay, very common around this time of year, I think. Maybe in the early summer. Okay, B. B is my favorite. So B, we have tree. I like trees. I always feel happy when I can see a tree from my window, which I can at the moment, which is lucky. C. The C is a cactus. So again, maybe a desert plant, maybe not so common to find in nature in this country, but you can buy it maybe. Yeah, they're very nice, very interesting plants. Okay, Clelia says I'd like to buy a lot of sunflowers, okay, because they are my favorite flowers. Yeah, lovely. I think sunflowers are very happy flowers. Yeah, yeah, they're very nice. I agree. And of course, that is what D is, a sunflower. Okay, so I'm just going to write for you, I'd like to buy. And yeah, that is absolutely a sentence you can say in a flower shop. I'd like to buy a lot of sunflowers because they are my favorite flowers. It's great. So the last two we have E, which is an orchid. So be careful there, it's not a ch sound, it's a k, so orchid. And F is the very general one, a plant. Because I do not know, maybe some of you do, I do not know what kind of plant that is. It's very unspecific. Yeah, and as Chloe says, D for sunflower. That's great. Okay, so I think we are coming to the end now, so we will just start to recap the material from today. So we talked about some different types of shops, talked about flower market, maybe some things you can buy there. We talked about some different types of clothes as well, so trousers, top, things like that. And also we talked about that and this. Remember, this or these is when something is very close to you, when it is here, or that and those, maybe it is somewhere else. You need to travel to go to them. Okay. And just to finish, remember the phrases we talked about. We talked about I'd like, which you just used in an example there. And also here you go, here you are, for when you give something to someone, which you saw in dialogue before. Okay, well, thank you for listening to my voice for the last 50 minutes, and I hope you have a lovely rest of the day. Thank you for all your comments. They're really useful. Okay, so thank you everyone. Okay, goodbye.